Hello everyone. On behalf of Exalted, a warm welcome to the webinar. The topic for today is Personalized Video for HR, the future of employee engagement. Thanks for joining. My name is Saru and I'm your host for today. Let's wait for a few seconds as we see more participants joining in. Till then, let's do some quick housekeeping checks. If you can hear me clearly, please type yes in the chat box window. Okay, we're able to see positive responses. So yes, we're all set. Today's webinar recording will be available for all the attendees. You can ask the questions anytime in the session using the question tab on the right-hand side of the screen. We'll take up the questions at the end, but if we don't happen to get time to answer all the questions, we'll make sure to follow up with you afterwards. Without further ado, I'm excited to welcome our speaker today. Roger Wall is the CEO and co-founder at Exalted. Roger brings around 18 years of experience in HR and benefits communication. He's the former CTO and co-founder at Envison. He's a pioneer in HR service delivery technology and an expert in online onboarding systems. Roger has served as a vice president of SaaS HCM at Infor, and now he's equally excited to showcase how personalized interactive videos can help HR to enhance employee engagement. With this, I'll turn the webinar over to Roger. Welcome, Roger.
Hey, thank you, Saru. Everyone, I'm very excited to be here with you today and share what we've been working on at Exalted, which is personalized interactive video for HR. And as you can see, I've been working in the HR communication space for years, and I've never been more excited because I see it's a whole new era in our ability to bring engagement to employees in a way that we've not seen before. So what do we want to cover today? Well, we want to start with why personalization matters. Why is it important that we do this at all? And then what is HR video personalization? Understand a little about what it means. And then we want to look at how analytics that come from this are unique and unlike analytics you've seen in any other kind of employee engagement, and how you can see what employees are viewing and how they're responding to it. Finally, we want to walk through some use cases. We'll look at benefits, training, and onboarding, and we'll wrap it up by showing you how easy it is to actually create personalized interactive video using the tools that Exalted provides. So what's the problem in a nutshell? I think we all are aware that employees report engagement is a problem in their organization. They're inundated with messages and they have to sort out what's important, and getting their attention, getting their mind share can be a challenge. And you're competing not only against what the other corporate messages, but everything that's going on in their personal world and their text and their cell phone and their Facebooks. All of this stuff makes it hard to break through the barrier and get messages through. And finally, how do you know when you're engaging? How do you know when you've connected and employees actually viewed or actually got the message and understood it? And those are some of the challenges that we want to walk through. So is personalized interactive video the solution? Well, there's a number of reasons why we think so. And first of all, video is the easiest way to consume information. It makes it easy to digest information, particularly in mobile settings where it's just not practical to view and read through details on a small device. Personalization plays a critical role in this by grabbing attention. Personalization, as we'll see, lets us make the content relevant to the user and to let the user know this information is about you, it's relevant to you. And next, interaction, as we'll see, turns that attention grabbing into engagement. We can see how users are interacting with the content. And finally, the analytics lets us measure the effectiveness and determine, was the message received, was it understood? So personalization drives engagement, and this is the critical point here, that at a deep subconscious level, people are automatically tuned into things that are about them. It gets attention mind share, and this is from the book Captivology, which is the science of how to capture and hold people's attention, and one of those key triggers is personalization. When it's about you, you're more tuned in than when it's just a generic message. So marketing, probably, if we want to look for lessons in how to engage people, nobody knows more about this than marketers who spend billions of dollars trying to figure out how to get people's attention. And they say that personalization increases customer engagement. It's the view of 74% of marketers that having something that's personalized is critical. And 40% of consumers buy more stuff from retailers that deliver a personalized shopping experience. So these are some things that we can take from the advertising and marketing industry and we can apply to the HR world. So what is personalized video? And it's a new field, and a lot of people, have not experienced a personalized video and understand what's involved in it. And what it is taking a standard video that you maybe already have, and then using a special player to overlay additional information, navigation, and user interactions right into the video so they appear as if they are a part of the video. And by any standard video, I mean you can take a video from YouTube or Vimeo, something that's hosted on your portal, something you may have purchased, anything that's accessible, and you can turn that into an interactive, personalized experience. So let's take a look here. If we've got John viewing a video, personalization can mean welcome John. It's about them, and it can have that click, interact, touch the screen to make something happen. And if we look at what's driving this, we see that we have the video player on the web page, and then there's a video, and the interaction is being overlaid on the video as it's played in synchronization with the video timeline. So that at the right point in time, the user sees the right message, they see the right button, and it's almost indistinguishable from what's actually sitting in the video layer. And dynamic personalization lets us do several different things at different layers. And dynamic personalization is probably the most engaging. And that's where the video adapts the content based on a number of factors. Could be who's viewing it, what's the subject that's being covered, where in the world you're located, what time of day it is, or even the website or page that the video is hosted on. It can react to all of these things. And here's a view of an open enrollment video that is for John Wilson. And further, it can present details like, here are your dependents. And this creates an experience that's just more relevant personally to that user than either a generic video or similar type information that may be personalized but just sitting on a static web page. We also have interactive personalization, and that's where the user experience, the flow of the video, is reacting to the user's inputs. So we have things like chapter navigation, navigation buttons, pop-up documents, pop-up additional video, links that go out to other web pages, and even input fields can all be done. So here's a video with a chapter section, and by clicking onto that, you can quickly see a table of contents menu that you can navigate to. For instance, if you want to jump right to preventative care, you can do so. And here I am now in the preventative care section, and I have a button at the bottom that says preventative care. And by clicking on more details, I can see specific information, maybe about a particular benefit plan, that is relevant to that particular user. So we've turned a generic video into something specific. And we've done that through navigation and interaction with the user. Finally, we have feedback personalization. So video that lets the viewers respond to the content. Q&A, surveys, feedback, all of these things are relevant. So here's a training video, and we can stop and put a question and answer, a quiz to test. Hey, are you getting it? what's the most frequent cause of poor performance, and the user can select and input and respond, and what they put in can actually impact what happens next in the video. And it's really important to note that this becomes incredibly powerful in a mobile context. So while it may be one thing to have a big monitor where you can have a video on one side and a quiz somewhere else, when you get into the mobile world, the ability to present a video that's explaining something with an interactive element all on one single small screen is very powerful. And so with that, let's take a minute and look at some actual interactive video examples. And I'm going to note here in advance that sometimes presenting video over a GoToMeeting is not the most, you don't get the best video experience because it can be a little halting or the sound can be a little off. But I think this one is going to give you a sense of what a truly personalized video can be. So let's take a moment here and watch this open enrollment video. And let's just assume here that your name is John Wilson.
Welcome to your annual open enrollment. This personalized video summarizes the key information you should know before starting your enrollment. Open enrollment starts and ends on the date shown. You can enroll anytime during this period. The following dependents are currently included in your family. You'll be able to add, remove dependents, or make any other changes during the enrollment process.
Now, the video is paused here, and you see that there's a button that lets the viewer take time to review this information that's presented and then click continue to go. But here you see we've delivered a really rich experience by using video, and we've made it personalized to the end user. And as the video goes on, it shares more details about the upcoming open enrollment and what they need to know, and lets the user interact. And then finally at the end, there's a button that lets users jump to open enrollment. So rather than continue on in more detail with this, because hopefully this gives you an idea, I want to show you another example. And in this case is a training video, and I'm going to blow this up here so we get the full effect.
So you have an employee who seems disinterested, apathetic, or just isn't putting forth a lot of effort.
And I'm going to go ahead and mute this because I want to talk over, while the content's very engaging, what's important here is that we've taken a video and we've personalized it by putting this branding. This logo here is company branding. That could be your logo. We've also added key points, Q&A, and this is additional information that's when clicked, it appears in the video, pausing the video and letting the user read additional details that might be too much detail to try to pack into a video, but we want the user to know about it and view it. And in addition here, we can, and I'm going to make this smaller again, we can close this, continue on the video. We also have a chapter navigation that lets us quickly jump to specific areas of interest. So if I had watched this video once before and I wanted to come back and find one particular area, like how do I help a user focus on strength, I could go right to that section. And then finally, this video includes a quiz. So let's go there and take a look. So in the video, we can stop and say, hey, based on what you heard, what is the most frequent cause of poor performance? Well, what is it? Maybe it's performance issues. Nope, that was incorrect. Or how can I pinpoint what motivates an employee? Well, you can meet and talk to an employee. That's the correct answer. And what happens, as I say next in the video, can be based on what they chose. So again, that's an example of how we let the whole experience of the video adapt to the user. And with that, let's jump back to our PowerPoint and delve a little deeper here. So we saw our open enrollments example, and let's talk about personalization effectiveness. And it's the analytics that I think are probably the most exciting thing for me as a, having delivered HR communication for years, really knowing how effective is it. Because you deliver a page, you don't really know what somebody read or didn't read or how much of that they comprehended. But as you can see here, this chart here lets us look at what's the engagement of users across the video. So we see this particular video had very high engagement. Almost everybody that started watching the video watched it through into about a minute. And a quick note, sorry, there's a little static noise, so if there's that, I'm not sure if that's the phone line or anybody on mute. And then it trails off. So this lets us understand, hey, did we deliver our core message by the 1 minute mark, or did we maybe miss and something happened at this point that caused people to lose interest? But beyond looking at an aggregate level, we can see at a personal individual user level, how engaged were they? Where this green line represents the flow of the video, and these round buttons represent clicks that the user made to certain questions, buttons, or interactions that are in the video. If there was a quiz, I could click and see what did this user input, what did they respond. And by looking at button clicks and interactive elements, I can further assess whether users followed the content, how they comprehended it, and I can design the interactions to really help surface that information that's most relevant. Take a look at a couple of different use cases I'd like to share with you. First one being a benefits use case. So, we know that benefits, we know video is a great way to communicate, but often it's too generic to really be specific about a particular benefit plan. But we know that creating personalized or a unique video for each and every benefit plan could be rather an expensive proposition. So the response here is to use specific plan details that we've embedded into the video and are accessible through a pop-up. And the result is that we've made the total effectiveness of the video as a communication tool far more effective than just the document, and it's more cost-effective than using a specific video. I'll show you sort of really quickly what this might look like in your portal environment. Here is a benefit page, a benefit document that might be your standard document that talks about cost of coverage, acupuncture services, behavioral, services, all this detail that a user may or may not respond to. But what I can do is by inserting a video at the beginning of the and I'm going to refresh this page quickly. By inserting a video at the top of the document, the video can share the important relevant information about a PPO plan, and then it can have reference to content that's in the actual document that they're viewing. And so here I'm loading the page. Sometimes these can be slower when there's a go-to. Is not responding as expected, but it wouldn't be a live demo if everything worked exactly as expected. Well, I'm not going to wait for this to load. I'm going to continue on. Back with the PowerPoint. So again, a way of using the personalization to make the video content relative to the benefit information it's presenting. Next is a training video, and we talked about here that we've taken a video that's maybe a generic video that we've purchased or training materials or maybe something we created internally, and then we quickly were able to brand it. We were able to add navigation so it's effective to view not only the first time, but it's something you can return to again and again. And each time you don't have to wade through the whole sequence of details to find what you want. You can quickly jump to the relevant details and view it. And then through annotations and pop-up details, we're able to make the message in that video even more clear. And the result is content that's more relevant, it's branded to the company, and easy to return to again and again. Finally, onboarding is a case. So, you need to make a great first impression. We all know that in an onboarding scenario, we want users to feel welcome. We want them to have a unique and engaging experience. And personalization allows us to take your standard onboarding video and quickly turn it into something special by saying, hey, welcome aboard, John. You begin your new role as a senior developer on the 23rd of November, 2015. So this is a video about them, and the content that goes on from here, they know it's like, okay, this is relevant. I need to pay attention to this. That's unique. And again, great first impression, strong employer brand, and we've used existing video assets. This may be a video you already have, and all you've done is just add a layer here to make it unique. So the value propositions of a personalized interactive video, it strengthens your employer brand, as we've talked about. It differentiates your message. It makes content more relevant to the viewers, therefore more effective and more total engagement. It enhances and facilitates a two-way communication. So this video is no longer just about pushing information, it's about sharing information and getting feedback. And then this tracking of viewer engagement is so unique in saying, is the information I'm delivering effective? Is it being understood? Are users comprehending it? And that ability to have that click response is so critical in that. Finally, it's an effective tool in mobile because you just don't have screen real estate to have multiple screen experiences where you're doing different things. You want one place to walk the user through, deliver a clear message, and get the response. Finally, it's actually quite simple to create. It's not as difficult as you would think to create a personalized interactive video. Let's walk through what are the 5 steps that it might take to do something like this. Well, number one, you can select a template from one of Axaltive's many template videos, or you can bring your own video file. It's something that you may have already created, something you found on YouTube, something you have on your local intranet. We can connect to almost any video source and use that to be an interactive source. Second, you can configure your message. So pre-built templates have great pre-existing message spots in them, or if you're creating something new, you just add and overlay your message. Next, if you're doing a data personalization, you can upload information like the name of the person you're doing, or you can also connect it to data that's already a part of your portal. If you've got an HR portal that's HCM connected, you can connect to data. And finally, you can embed the video in your own portal, or you can send an email link to it, and then you can monitor the engagement through the analytics to see, was this effective? So with that, I'm going to take a quick moment and show you just how easy it can be. And hopefully so here I have a library of video templates, and I'm looking at the dashboard of the Axaltive tool, and I have a PPO video template, let's say here, and I want to copy this, and I could give this a name. And I could add more details, but now I have, of course, wouldn't you know? Let me log back in here, and So again, here was my video. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to give it my name. Let's make it 2016 since we've got a new year here. So now I have my new copy of the video, and I can select Edit. And now I'm opening the video in a tool, and as we say, you know, editing of the video is a lot like using PowerPoint. So if you can use PowerPoint, and you've got, or folks that are on your team are able to use PowerPoint, you're able to create an effective video. Now this is the same video that we were just viewing in the sample that didn't work, and my screen is telling me that it's not connecting to Vimeo. And so I'm going to I of course leave it to a live demo. You rehearse this 10 times and it works every time. Let's look at a different video, and this is a video that's a generic template we've used for different things, and the scenery in it is, and I'm going to mute this so you can hear me speak, but the scenery of this video is fascinating. You know, is sort of the earth is spinning and the world is moving forward, and it delivers information to the user, a personalized message, and it asks the question, you know, why can't video be smart? Why can't you, can you imagine a video that gives you choices and feedbacks and lets you have buttons and do things like this? And what's neat is that all of this text is actually overlaid through Exaltive. So with a template, you can say, you can edit this content, pretty much just like you were editing something in PowerPoint. And after editing this, I can hit preview, and I can see, okay, how's this going to look when it plays? So here's my new text. And I could even say, what is this going to look like when I view it on a smartphone? Have I designed this to work in a smaller size? And again, I can see the video. I can, see my new text here. So the process of creating these is really about taking your existing video, adding content to it, and delivering a unique experience to
Open enrollment is your once-a-year opportunity to review your current elections and make desired changes.
I'm going to turn that off. So I'm going to jump back to the PowerPoint now. And we did a quick demo, and with that, personalization, I believe, is the future of HR video. It will not be long before we see more and more of these elements come into play. To paraphrase William, the future is already here. It's really just a matter of everybody discovering it and beginning to use it and distributing it throughout the HR world. But the benefits are so clear, and the user experience is so much improved from static linear video that it's clear to us that this is the direction things will go. And we'll start to see more and more video be interactive, both done at the corporate level and as HCM systems begin to introduce interactive video components as a part of their applications to deliver it out of the box as a part of a fantastic user experience. And so with that, I thank you all for joining us. I invite you to contact info@exaltive.com. We'd be happy to give you a personalized demo. We have lots more examples. We could look at specific things that are relevant to your use case. We can show you more about the tools, help answer questions, and we'd be happy to answer anything. And now we're happy to open it up to questions and answer any questions that anyone may have. So,
thanks, Roger. This was an insightful webinar. The audience can type in their questions in the question pane on the right-hand side of the screen. In case, due to time constraint, we are not able to cover your questions today, we'll definitely send the Q&A document covering answers to all the questions that were asked today. Okay, we see the first question coming. Okay, Roger, the question is, can videos also hack the recruitment process?
Yeah, this is a great question. We've got customers that are using video in the recruiting process, and by making a personalized video, you can reach out to specific candidates and deliver a unique experience. You can, name it for them, and you can do this at two levels. You can either do it on a large broadcast basis where you're delivering out video that each and every one that gets opened by the viewer is personalized to them on a dynamic basis, or we have some customers that are taking the video, creating a unique copy in the tool for each candidate, and then putting in specific details so that when they view this video, they know it's about them. I hope that addresses the question.
Great. Thanks, Roger. It does. This is the question. What about mobile employees? Can these videos also play on mobile?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think as we saw, these videos play on mobile, and as we said, the real experience differentiator is that you can interact on the mobile. So if there's additional information, you need to navigate, you need to jump forward to a specific section. I mean, imagine you're at the doctor's office and you need to know what's your copay and coinsurance. Finding that in a full document can be cumbersome. A video is great because it pushes the information and it delivers it in a more readable format, but maybe you don't want to wade through a whole video, so the ability to jump and find specific sections makes it far more effective. So mobile's a great use case. Thank you.
Great. This, the other one is, this is an interesting question. It says, do I have to use Exaltive services to create my video?
No. You can use any video, existing video, video you've created specifically to be personalized, video you've had maybe other video services create for you. So really any video can be turned into a personalized interactive video. Exaltive does have a services team that can help you create content, and some of the videos we saw today were created by Exaltive, but it's really, there's lots of great sources to get video these days. Thank you.
Great. So now we can take up two more questions here. Where is my data stored?
Yeah, that's a good question, and there's two answers to that. One is, if you're dealing with something like personal private information, I think if you looked at the onboarding example we were showing dependents, that's a case where the video is leveraging information that's on a particular website. So the video came from a system and it remains in that system, and Exaltive's tool is just presenting it in the context of the video rather than on the web page. So there the video remains with the system of record and all the security and personal information protocol that you would expect are in place. In cases where you're doing like a mailing, that information can be shared with Exaltive. We load it into our secure database and we share the video and information. But in that case, it's used, personal information is not recommended for that kind of a video. And of course, all of the analytics, the questions, the data, all of that gets captured by Exaltive and is shared through the reporting and our analytics engine. And it's available to download. Thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Now, the last for the day, we might want to take up one more question. So I see this. Does Exaltive create videos?
Yeah, so Exaltive's tool itself enhances videos. We take an existing video and we enhance it. Although we've had customers and we ourselves have taken a fairly generic video template and added all of the content through the Exaltive tool. So, for example, that space video, it's just an intriguing, interesting background, but when you view the video content laid out, you'll see that you can deliver all the messaging almost in a PowerPoint type form. So while we're not a video creation tool, we certainly let you enhance video, and when taken to its extreme, it can deliver a complete message.
Thanks, Roger. This is helpful. Today's webinar is being recorded, and everyone will receive an email with a link to view the webinar recording along with the question and answers document. With this, we conclude today's session. Once again, thank you for joining us and have a great day ahead.
Thank you all.